Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I'm going to be playing with double-sided 12 by 12 papers to make these two separate items. So the first one is a fold over, and I have attached it with magnets. I found these are strong. Oh my gosh, come on. They couldn't come off my mouse, right? They're very strong magnets, and I got them a long time ago, and I really haven't used too many of them, so I decided to, there is a tip of a X12 blade in there. I gotta get rid of that. So I decided to play with these today and add it to them, but it's not a necessary thing to do. But I did add the circles underneath there, and I'm going to show you how I did it, but it is not necessary. It just holds it closed for that. So these have a pocket here and a pocket here. Oops, put this in the wrong one. There we go. There's a pocket here, a pocket there, and a pocket back here. That I don't have decorated, but I like the purple with it, so I can always throw some decoration on there. So we got that one. This is one of my vellum painted washies. I thought those colors went great with it, purples and oranges and yellows. This is a light purple, little tag I made recently with some hidden journaling spot. Thought that was fun to go in there, and it fit beautifully. This is a faux pocket because the magnet is underneath there. But if you don't want to put a magnet, when I do this, you could add another pocket for that. So that's how that goes. And this is just a simple fold over. It's got a little side pocket in here, a little pocket in there, and done. Nothing earth shattering, but I think it was a great full use for a 12 by 12 piece of paper. So let me show you how I did it. This first one I used, I grabbed from this Wildflower Dico to the View. There's some very beautiful bright ones. I probably could make a bunch more out of this because of that rainbow journal I'm having coming up. But I decided to sacrifice a Tim Holtz. Now I think, since I haven't made too many of these, I'm thinking that they're better off when they are opposite-ish, where they definitely have a little bit more difference in color. I pulled some other ones out that I thought I might do for Tim Holtz. This one is really similar on both sides. I'm thinking, I'm not sure how well it would work for it. This one wasn't too bad, the cigar bands with the black, but I don't know if it was going to be too dark. But in the end, I ended up deciding on this one. So, it takes just one cut, and I don't know if there's really a way for this to go. It's probably the best that there's not really one direction for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut 3 inches off. So we're going to have a 9 by 12 square and a 3 by 12 strip. And I found my replacement blades. If you've been with me recently, you saw that I had an issue with it. And I put in a replacement blade in it, and it's cutting beautifully. I'm so excited. I don't have to bring my behemoth out any longer. Okay, so we're going to save this one for the second project, and here's the first one. Okay, I've done these before. Lots of people have done them before. You use book pages, 8.5 by 11 sheets. There's a lot of different ways to do this. So you're going to fold it up mountain to mountain, and this is probably the hardest part, is to get the mountains equal on the top and to keep that equal straight going there. Now there is grid lines that I probably could sort of follow behind there. Just trying to make sure. Okay. Gently fold it, and I'm just going to peek and see if it looks good. Probably go up just a hair. That's better. The first one I did, it's hard to tell, but get that back one out. This is a little shorter than that one. In the end, it still works, but aesthetically, if you want it to be even, then yeah, that's not too bad. Probably still a little bit off. Okay, so we're just going to, since this is pretty thick paper, I'm going to make sure I bone fold it pretty good. Okay, now this part is very similar to other ones where you do book pages, and there we go. I'm going to fold it so that this side comes up. So we got back, front, and we're just going to fold it. So this leaves about the same amount maybe that you want to have there. Probably a little less, but that'll still work. Okay, and again, We're going to make sure this bottom is straight, and we are going to bone fold it to its living end. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to take the second side and we're going to fold it over. Now, the ones I've seen before and I've done before is where you fold it here and then glue it all down. But this one, I'm going to fold past it so that this part that's right here is going to be over here. Might be hard to tell, but that corner that does is right to the end here. And again, we are going to bone fold the dickens out of this. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this little tag off and get rid of him. That's pretty good. Okay, now when you're folding it, then this part does the same thing where it folds in, and we're going to want to get rid of that. So we're going to, and I'm going to, where the fold is, I'm going to cut it just on here on the inside so that the bulk is gone from in here. So the center where this folds is just a little bit in. Okay, so I'm going to bone fold it again because some of that bulk is now gone, and I can just get a little bit deeper into the thing. And we got some lawnmowers. Have the windows closed today though. And that is it. That is pretty much it. Now, if you don't want to put the magnet in there, you can go ahead and just take this part and glue it down right here, and then this pocket is closed, and then this stays open so that it's a flap or a flap. But since this is thicker paper, this is where it gets a little bit more tricky for it, and that's why I decided to do the what you want to call it, the magnet. Okay, so we have our fun little project now. So what we're going to do is we are going to attach the magnets. Now, if you weren't going to attach the magnets, you could go ahead and just leave it like it is, and you would just glue it down here to leave those 4 pockets in there, and then this would just become a flap. But since this is thicker paper, that's why I wanted to do a magnet. So we need to get a magnet in this corner. So we're going to start with putting a magnet in this side first. These are the magnets I'm going to use. They are diode magnets. They're pretty strong. The easiest way to get them off is just to slide them off. So I'm going to slide 2 of them off because I need 2. Oops. I need 2, 1 for each panel. Okay, so we're going to put the first one in here, and then the second one in here, because when I first did this one, I originally put it on here, and then it was sticking out of the pocket. And I don't want it to stick out of the pocket. I want it inside the pocket. So it's going to be here and here. So I want to put my finger on here, and we're going to open it up so that I know it needs to go here. Okay. Now, you might see the ring there. I went to glue it, and then I got interrupted, and I pulled it off. So I stopped the video, and I'm doing it again. Okay, so we're gonna put the glue on there, like that, and I'm gonna attach, oh, don't slide. I'm gonna attach a little bit of washi tape on there because when I use it as a pocket, I don't want stuff to get stuck on it. So I got a little piece of washi tape here. I'm going to add some glue to it, just so it sticks well. And put the washi tape on there, and it should be good to go. All right, so now it is hidden behind here, and then when it goes onto here, it's going to want to be closed. But when we want to use it for a pocket, we'll be able to still fit it in. Okay, so for the second one, we're going to take our magnet, and you don't know which way it goes because it doesn't really open up or down, but the magnet will know which way it needs to go. And that's the exact spot it's going to be, but I need to get it over to here. So I'm going to add some glue to this second magnet on this side, and I'm going to push it. Whoops. We're going to put the pocket over there. So I'm going to push it. And I might need to get a bigger pocket than I cut already because I have it farther over. I should have probably put it more over here. So it's more in the center. But, all right, so I marked it by pushing it over. Whoops. And we're gonna put it on its little mark. All right. Now, I'm gonna need to put a triangle. Now we cut the triangles out of there when we do this, and we could use those, but instead, I've decided to use a triangle that I cut off of the 3x12 page because a triangle needed to be cut off of it anyway to do the second part of it. So I have cut a triangle off of that, and oh, it's going to be big enough. Yeah, beautiful. This is going to get glued fully down to cover that up. So I'm just going to make sure there's enough glue on the outside and some in the center. And once this gets glued on, it is going to encapsulate the magnet so it doesn't move. And originally I cut this from the piece of paper because I was trying to hem and haw on which angle to go, and I thought it was going to be too small and I needed to maybe cut a bigger one, but it actually worked out pretty good. So we're just going to keep pushing it, make sure it gets, because there is a bump in there, make sure the outside is covered. And again, if you're not doing a magnet, you would just do that side, and then that would become a tuck. All right, so this is going to get glued down here. Since I got the glue open, I want to close it. I'm going to put a glue there. Oops, shoot. And the bottom. Otherwise, the stuff will fall out of the pocket. Okay, there we go. Let's get this in as I'm holding it down, and there we go. Oops, wow, that almost flew off. And it flew. That was interesting. I don't know if you could see that on camera. When I picked it up, the needle went flying out of there. I gotta go grab the needle. All right, so there it is. All right, I think that is pretty well stuck. That should be pretty well stuck. And boom, there we go. I love it. Done. Okay, I'm not going to decorate these today because I just wanted to show you how we did that. And like I said, I decorated these something pretty there. I did end up decorating this because that was cut out green, but this pocket has its own little decoration. So I really just need to find something travel, airmail-y, something to go in there, and then stuff for the pockets. But yeah, that worked out good. All right, for the second piece, barely could be any simpler. So we had cut that piece out from there to do that, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this up. I think I'm going to have this on the outside because I can add a little bit more decoration than that is. All right, so we're going to fold it up to where the triangle is cut and just pull it back just a hair. Whoops. Okay, now this I am going to fold this way. Where that triangle gets cut, and put that down. And there we go. Now I'm going to cut or put a thumb notch in there, and I put it opposite of the slant. And there we go. Now just a little inking. A little inking of that, a little inking of that, and all right, so for gluing, we're just going to glue this flap up on here. And that's going to go there. Nice and bone folded. Because again, this paper is thick. And this one, we are going to open it up and we're going to glue, obviously not this side, we're going to glue that side and that side so that we have a side pocket. And that's all there is to that piece. So now you have companion pieces from the same 12 by 12. Cute little pocket for that, which I have here. Added just a little bit of something in there, and then something to be able to go into there. And that is done for that and for that, with a magnet and a pocket and a pocket and a pocket. Cute, right? Simple. And a great way to use up 12 by 12 paper to be able to make two separate pockets. Not really two pockets, because this one has one pocket, two pockets, three pockets, four pockets. And this one has one pocket, two pockets. So really, 6 pockets. But if you didn't want to make a magnet out of this, you technically would have 7. Now this is also up to you if you want to put some sort of glue there, because let me show you on this one, because I did not. This can go past it and won't fold. You just got to know to be able to put it there. And again, kind of like this one, it could go past it and not fold, but you just know that you got to pull it over a little bit and it goes. So if you do want to put some glue down there, you can. You would just need to open it up before you glue this one down and put a bead of glue in that slot, and there you go. Okay, well, I think that is going to be it for this video. Like I said, I'm not going to necessarily decorate it. I'd have to track out some male ephemera, not as in boy ephemera, some male ephemera. You're male. And I definitely could use this on something to decorate if I felt like it. Yeah, fun stuff. Okay, well, that is going to be it for me today. I hope you like that and would like to give it a try if you got some double-sided 12 by 12s. If you had only single-sided, it would work. You would just have the white side, and you could figure out if you want the white side on the front or whatever print you have. Like this one is actually if you consider the green would be the white. That is the not green side, and that's in the front. And again, you can do it both directions, as you saw that I did in this one, folding it that way or folding it that way. Yeah, I love it. Okay, that's going to be it for me today. I appreciate each and every one of you that has stopped by, and as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye for now.